That's good.
Yes. And
Okay.
then when you stop recording, it'll take a while to save as well.
Okay.
Which is good.
All right. Okay. Cool. Thank you. All right, parents, if you are joining us from home, let me go ahead and Giovanna, I'm going to remove your spotlight. All right, so welcome to the Gold Rush. I've done this play every year with the exception of last year because obviously it's always been a crowd favorite of both students and parents. Students really get into it. This year, obviously, it's been a bit of a challenge because of all the COVID restrictions, and we got to wear these, I call them muzzles, I don't call them masks. Please listen, fourth grade. So we're going to run through each act. There are 6 acts. We have the discovery, there is gold fever, the journey to California, life in a mining camp, supply and demand, and the last one is pioneering women. Each act runs about 15 to 20 minutes. I will give about a 5-minute break in between so that the current act can tear down and then the upcoming act can get their props ready. I will try to make sure that I angle the camera to whoever's speaking, whether it's the narrator or students on stage. I do have 2 understudies today. Okay, unfortunately, Nicolette cannot join us today, so I will be standing in for her part. And we have another student, Ryan, who cannot show up. So Mr. Rancis has graciously offered to be an understudy for that one. So hope you enjoy that. We're gonna get started. So we have the first act, the discovery, letting people in. We have Steph as the bookkeeper, right there. We have Christopher as James Marshall. Where's Christopher? He's over there, hiding behind the curtain. We have Joshua as John Sutter. I love the costume. And we have Santi. He's going to be reading narrator parts 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will be reading narrator parts 4 to 9. If you're in the audience, it's very important that you are quiet. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So Santi A, I'm going to have you over here because it's closer to the mic. All these moving parts. All right. Boys, are you ready?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. 4th grade in the audience, are you ready? Yes. Anthony? And no. I'm sorry. That's fine, but you gotta go outside and do that. Thank you. Okay, act 1, the discovery. We're in Center Sport in a private room on January of 1848, present day Sacramento.
January 1848, on a spot where Sacramento and American rivers come together. This immigrant named John Sutter has a bold dream. He has left behind his wife and children in hopes of creating a better life. He promises to send them when he's ready. Sutter's dream is to build a vast agriculture by farming and trading countries. He's seen as a person of great importance. On this spot in California, he built a high and 3 feet thick. It's the largest human-made structure for now. Sutter calls the settlement either called media or nation. At the time, much of California is rules. Sutter was persuaded the Mexican government to grant him the law. He became a Mexican citizen to prove his loyalty. But it's a complicated situation because Mexican and American governments are at war. American soldiers have seized control over the parts of California. Sutter needs to be careful not to end up on the wrong side. Develops a reputation for being peasant. Makes friends on both sides of the conflict. The great concern is keeping control of his land. Sutter is a company called taxes. Runs his world with military tools. Keep the settlement running. Captain Sutter relies on hard work of laborers and American Indians. Treat for American Indians excellent party. After years of struggle, he's finally beginning to country. Land has cattle, horses, wheat, wants to expand beyond the fort. Build a town. First, construction of the mill begins, so there is no way of knowing if his wife is about to drastically change. A discovery will send shockwaves across the continents and draw people from around the world. California will never be the same. We begin here at Sutter's Fort in his private study. Captain Sutter is busy reviewing records. Captain, these contracts require your signature, but everything appears in order.
Good. Leave it on your desk. How many cattle?
I lost count for 2,000.
That's just the beginning. You see, when the town is complete, New Halabita will be a shiny jewel in the wilderness.
Speaking of the mill,
Like, rug. Skit.
you've done so much already.
Not nearly enough. When the snow melts, we can expect more settlers to arrive. I need that watermelon. The sooner we start building, the better.
Speaking of the mill, Professor James Marshall has a meeting.
Marshall, that's strange. There's no way the mill can be finished. What's he doing here?
He wouldn't say, so I tell him to come back when he's finished the work.
No, something must be wrong. Send him in.
Moments later, the bookkeeper returned with James Marshall. Moments later, the bookkeeper returned with James Marshall. Marshall was nervous. His hands are in his pockets. It looks like he hasn't slept. Captain Sutter?
Marshall, come in, please. Have a seat.
Captain, I was hoping we could speak alone.
Sir, I'm Captain Sutter's closest advisor. You trust me.
Even so, I think it's better we speak privately.
Very well. Give us a moment.
Bookkeeper frowned at me. He reluctantly touched the door. Get past the hall.
Marshall, this is a surprise. What's the matter? Is there a problem at the site?
The sun is even better than we hoped. The river runs briskly and the timber is plentiful. You've never seen such tall, straight trees.
Is there a problem with the crew?
Nope, I picked them myself. They're a hard-working bunch.
Well, what's the problem?
Marshall fidgets nervously in his chair. He glanced at the door to make sure it was closed.
Figure it out, Marshall. This is bad.
Sir, 4 days ago, on January 24th, I was scanning the terrace, making sure there was enough room for the millwheel to turn, when I spotted something in the water.
Marshall pulls a folded cloth from his pocket and sets it on Sutter's desk. He carefully unwraps it, revealing a sparkling gold nugget.
Is that what I think it is?
We boiled it in lye, just to be sure. It's like super soft.
Who else knows about this?
Wait.
My phone.
My foreman, Peter Wimmer, and his wife. A few men on the crew. I've sworn them to secrecy. I just wanted to show you first.
You made a wise decision. Gold causes people to act in foolish ways. You must keep this between us. Do you understand?
Yes, Captain. However, I should warn you the others in the crew are excited. If it is gold, it's going to be hard to convince them to keep working on the mill. When I left, they were already searching for other parts of the river.
In that case, I better travel back with you. And talk to them myself. The mill must be finished. We need that lumber. I'm counting on you.
I understand.
Now leave tonight with me. I'll call for you tomorrow. And remember, you've given me your word. No one can know about this.
Aye, Captain.
Captain Marshall leaves. Sutter calls across the hall.
Come in now. I know you've been listening.
Me, sir, I will never. The bookkeeper's eyes go water on the desk. So it's true.
It appears to be, yes. At least unless let's be sure. 7.
Page 9, it says. Page 9.
What if there's more? We send an expedition to see everything.
It changes nothing. We'll build an agricultural colony, not chasing at the rocks. I see what the yellow metal does to a person. It drives them insane.
Of course,
Makes
Captain.
them stop working for authority. Makes them stop working and listening to authority. That's the last thing we need right now.
Of course, Captain. You're right.
True love's in the land. It's in the cattle we graze. It's in the grapes and wheat we harvest. It's in the timber and fruits. It's in the trading of real goods people can use. I am to tame this wild and build New Helavita into a great colony. All will be attracted by a little gold.
What about Marshall? Do you trust him?
I do. It's the others are worried though. I have to convince them to stay quiet, at least until the mill is complete. We need that lumber to build the town and fast. If word gets out, we can have a stampede on our heads. It would be a disaster.
Then let's hope it stays. My father's best effort to keep it in the lab. He wants word of the discoveries for containers and around the world. All right, 1849. The top of the Orange County. The focus right to the west. 49. Captain for University of
That's
Banana story.
All right, so we're gonna break for just a few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic. We're gonna have the discovery, tear down their stuff, and our next act is Gold Fever. A few minutes.
So it's
Hi, Leanna, how are you?
Good.
Good. Okay, Leanna, we're just waiting for the rest of your group to be ready. They're kind of filling in. Mr. Francis are understudy for Ryan, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'll let you know when we're ready.
So as a shopkeeper, I should be outside already, right?
I'm sorry?
As a shopkeeper, I should be outside already.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So am I sitting or standing?
All right, is he sitting or standing? He's a shopkeeper, so what was Ryan doing? Is he sitting or standing?
He's standing.
He's standing.
Just like right over here.
I you should be, like walking around, greeting people, because it's your shop,
Okay,
it's like,
okay.
welcome to my shop, my small business.
So where's the question is, where's the door? Like, where's the opening of the shop?
This is right there.
Okay, so then I should, okay, so what, let me see what you do then.
So you should, so when somebody enters the shop, you should just like walk along with them and then, let them go take a seat.
Boys and girls, I know we're not quite ready yet, but I want to remind you, once you start the scene, it's very imperative.
No, you stand up
quiet.
because it's your shop and you.
Not down. Emma Lynn, that's antagonistic. And when you are being antagonistic, it's going to cause people to not be quiet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Christopher, please don't make me remind you.
But you should stand up because I don't know.
Leanna, are you there?
Yeah.
Give me a second. Are you okay reading all the narrator parts so that I can worry about angling this camera and whatnot?
Okay, so I read 1, 2. I read all the narrators.
Yeah, are you okay with that or are you not comfortable with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Perfect, just so I can like angle it and all of that kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Can not like sit down because I don't want to get into this like whatever.
So should I be grumpy or should I be happy?
No. I'm the one who's grumpy.
So you should be like neutral.
Neutral, okay, okay.
But I'm not. But I shouldn't sit down because I'm just like okay whatever. Like I shouldn't get into this.
But my first line is good morning, Thompson. So like the farmer should already, Dario should already be walking out.
Yeah.
Does he know that? Dario, do you know that? Do you know that
Yeah.
you should be walking out in the very beginning of the scene? Not saying hi. You know that?
Yeah.
So you,
Like when the narrator
when
says
the
the
narrator,
blacksmith
when the
enters the shop.
narrator's done talking, that's when you need to come out. And you need to come out this way, then I'll say hi to you.
Miss Q?
Okay,
You walk up
hold
that
on.
way.
All right, Leanna, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna introduce. Couplets. Let's start with the product of couplets. Please listen. We're going to start. Your volume is off. All right, parents, we are back. Let me let one more person in the waiting room. It is Act 2. Gold Fever. Anthony is playing the blacksmith. Violet is playing the captain. Allison is the doctor in the scene. Dario is the farmer. Mr. Rancis is our understudy for the shopkeeper. Mr. Rancis. We have Jacob as the tailor, and Leanna will be reading all the narrator parts so that I can angle everything. So, Leanna, whenever you are ready, sweetheart.
Have you ever tried to keep a secret? It isn't easy. Usually one person tells another person. That person tells someone else. And before you know it, everyone knows. Now imagine the secret is really juicy. Imagine someone has discovered something valuable, something that can change your life forever, something like gold. What do you think would happen? Do you think people would leave the discovery alone and go back to their regular lives? Or would they want some for themselves? Even if it meant leaving loved ones behind, how far would you go to strike it rich? In January of 1848, a carpenter named James Marshall accidentally set the California gold rush into motion. Marshall was building a watermill on the American River at a spot called Sutter's Mill. He spotted something unusual in the water and tested it with his teeth, a gold nugget. Marshall took the nugget to his boss, John Sutter. The men agreed to keep the discovery a secret, but the word got out anyway and spread like wildfire. A businessman named Sam Brannan ran through the streets of San Francisco, waving a bottle of gold dust in the air. He shouted, "Gold, gold, gold," from the American River. What do you think happened next? People got excited, very excited. Lavenders in California abandoned their posts and raced to the American River. There was no one left to work the farms. Crops spoiled, livestock wandered loose. By December of 1848, U.S. President James Polk announced the discovery to the rest of the nation. Why did he do that? President Polk wanted Americans to move to California fast. The United States had just finished a war with Mexico. California had become the property of the United States, and there weren't many Americans living there yet. The best way to keep control of the new territory was to fill it with American settlers. There was a belief at the time called manifest destiny that it was a duty of the American people to spread throughout the West. Did President Polk's announcement work? It was all anybody could talk about. And more people talked, the more the discovery was exaggerated. It became difficult to tell fact from fiction. You see, gold was very rare. That made it worth a lot of money. When people heard there was gold in California, they started imagining all the things they could buy with it. A better life, a horse-drawn carriage, a bigger home, a chance to live like the rich and famous. And some did more than just dream. They decided to pack up and move, even if it meant leaving their farms, their jobs, and their families behind. The year is 1849. We're in the city of Richmond, Virginia. A thin layer of snow blankets the ground. Gold fever is spreading rapidly. Let's listen in on a conversation.
Good morning, Thompson. You seem to be in a very fine mood.
I sure am. You heard the news?
Of course, it's all anyone can talk about.
So much gold you could scoop it up with your hands.
They say you can fill your pockets with only one day's work.
That's why I need all the flour notes you have. I'm stocking up for my journey.
I'm sorry, Thompson. You're just a little bit late. I sold the last of it about an hour ago. Seems like the entire city is trying to go to California. You know what? If you come back in a week, I think I should have some more.
A week? I can't wait that long.
A blacksmith enters the shop. He's in a grumpy mood.
Bunch of hogwash. I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Oh, what are you upset about?
All this nonsense about gold in California. One guy finds a little rock and everybody loses their minds.
You don't think it's true?
I'll believe it when I see it.
An eavesdropping ship captain interrupts the conversation.
Pardon me, Captain Evanson is my name. If you want to see gold for yourself, why don't you guys get on board my ship?
Not interested.
Captain, I wish I could, but I can't afford the cost of a ticket. I'll be going overland myself.
Do yourself. You have to be fast if you want to strike it rich. uninterested.
Captain, I wish I could, but I can't afford the cost of a ticket. I'll be traveling overland myself.
To yourself, you have to eat fast if you want to strike rich.
You're all a bunch of fools. You'll see.
A tired doctor enters a shop, followed by a tailor.
Water, it's been a busy morning.
Doc, sit down and rest. Take your boots off. Are you okay?
Mrs. Jackson knew how to hard. Her son disappeared as a man back to California. He left a note. He did say goodbye in person. Do you want to be talked about it, I suppose? How awful. He didn't tell his own mother. The boy made up his mind. The gold fever like nothing you've ever seen.
It's spreading like a disease.
If it makes me rich, I want to be infected.
You can't go. You have a wife and children. It's too dangerous of a journey.
I don't intend to bring them.
What do you mean? You will leave your family behind?
Jacob and Samantha are old enough to handle the farm. They can help their mother.
Have you talked it over with them?
What is there to talk about? I'm going to California. Besides, it's not permanent. I'll be back in 2 years with enough money to buy a bigger farm, maybe even a fancy hotel.
That's the spirit.
It sounds awful risky to me.
Listen, Thompson, I don't mean to rain on your parade, but what if you don't find any?
Impossible. You've read the newspaper reports. There's gold as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, and Sam Brannon says so in his newspaper, the California Star.
President Polk said the same thing.
I don't know. I don't think those were the words exactly.
Do you folks believe everything you read? President Polk has never been to California. He has no idea what's there. And Sam Brannon, I don't trust him.
What do you mean?
It's a propaganda. They're trying to trick you.
Why would they do that?
Don't you see? Now that the war with Mexico is over, the government wants people to move to California instead of the West.
But what's wrong with that? It's our manifest destiny as Americans. We're supposed to spread across the continent and civilize the land. If I didn't have this shop, I'd go myself.
I don't care about manifest destiny. I want to help my family have a better life. Farming is hard work. My land isn't producing like it used to. So finding gold is my best shot.
It seems to me the best way to help your family is to help your family is to stay with them and not just come and sit some crazy adventure.
They'll be fine. Some folks are afraid of everything. They want to hold you back. Don't listen to them. The best thing you can do is get to California and fast. You don't want to miss out.
And that's exactly what many people did. Starting in 1849, tens of thousands said goodbye to their friends and families. They set off for California in search of fortune. They were called 49ers, but before they could start mining, they had to get there. And the journey to California wasn't easy. Each route had its own challenges, its own dangers. Mysterious lands, unpredictable weather, bandits, wild animals, disease, shipwrecks, and starvations and thirst.
But that's another story.
All right, let's give a round of applause for the second act and the first act.
Horrible.
Excuse me, I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic.
That was solid.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic so we can get ready
I'm gonna
for
go
the
to the
second
other
act.
side and grab a donut.
Go like this. Good job, guys.
I'm gonna go to the other side and grab a donut.
Leanne, if you could raise your hand so I could add you as a spotlight as opposed to going through these 59 participants here. Leanne, there she is. Good girl. Spotlight. How you doing, sweetie?
Good.
Good. All right, we're just about ready for those of you at home. All right. The journey, are you guys ready?
Yeah, we're so good.
Perfect. Leanne, are you ready, honey?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So, parents at home, before I address you guys, I'm going to put the students in the auditorium. Just ready to sit down. Samantha, thank you, Drea. Anthony, I need you to sit down.
Hold up. No, we're not ready.
Okay.
Pipe, no,
What do you need?
the pipe.
Oh, the pipe, of course.
No, actually, I'll just have it on the table.
You don't read the narrator part first?
Christopher, I will say that at some point I do get a picture of you in your costume. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, we're good. We're
Okay.
legit.
You can hear me talk twice. If you can hear me talk twice, Dario and Anthony, that is not okay. You need to separate. All right, parents at home, welcome back. We are in Act 3. It is called The Journey, okay? And in this act, we have Leo as the banker. We have Leanne as the farmer. Adorable in her farming outfit. We have Emma Lynn as the laborer, and we have Jose as the shopkeeper. I will also be reading all the narrator parts. I'm going to do the best that I can to manage the narrator parts and moving the camera. And if anyone comes in the waiting room, so just be patient with me. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. So the setting is a busy harbor in the spring of 1849 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's 1849. Gold fever sweeps the nation. President James Polk has just announced the discovery of gold in California. It's all anyone can talk about. In homes, street corners, churches, markets, hard-working people dream of striking it rich. Imaginations run wild. It all sounds so simple. Buy a pick, pan, and a shovel, then stake your claim and get to work. A couple days later, boom, you're rich. At least that's what the newspaper said, but there's a problem, a big problem. See, California is far away, and getting there isn't easy. For most people, California might as well be on the opposite side of the world. You see, in 1849, most Americans live on the eastern part of the United States, thousands of miles from the gold fields in California. The land between is vast and undeveloped and filled with danger. There are 3 main routes to California. 1 crosses land and 2 travel by sea. Each one has its own challenges and no guarantee of safety. People are willing to take the risk to strike it rich because they believe their lives will be better. They believe the reward will be worth it. We're in the city of Philadelphia in a crowded harbor. A group of citizens debates on the best route to take.
People are excited.
Can you believe not being named?
I'm old enough to remember when they said that about Georgia. And before that, North Carolina. This one will go bust too. You don't believe it's true? Doesn't matter what I think. Once a fellow catches a gold fever, there's no stopping him.
Well, I think it's real.
Me too.
Of course it's real. We're all gonna be filthy rich. Do you want to join us, old timers?
Doesn't matter. I mean, maybe if I was younger, I don't think my bones could take that journey. How do you all plan to get to California?
I'm traveling overland.
Overland? You can't be serious.
What's wrong with the overlander?
For starters, it takes forever.
How long?
7 months.
That is long.
Well, it's 3,000 miles coast to coast. It's the least expensive of the 3 routes. It's all I can afford.
You won't be the only one. You're taking the most common route. Just make sure to bring extra shoes. That's a lot of miles to cover on foot.
Aren't you nervous being in the wilderness for that long? What if you get attacked by bears or wolves? What if you get lost?
I'm joining a wagon train. We'll protect each other.
That's good because there are bandits along the trail.
Brandon. Bandits. Nobody said anything about bandits.
Plus, there's no one around to help if you get sick or injured, and if you move too slow, they leave you behind.
They wouldn't do that.
Remember, there are no doctors.
If economy, I'll be worried about running out of food and water, especially when it takes more than a few days at a time.
And be careful where you get your water from. You don't want to catch chlorea or pneumonia, mountain fever. Plus, you have to cross that wide open desert. Think of all the rattlesnake and scorpions, rattlesnakes, and spiders.
Rattlesnakes.
Snakes are the least of your problem. Make sure to get over the Sierra Mountains before winter strikes. I hear the snow falls taller than a barn. You don't want to get buried in that.
Sit down for a minute. I'm not feeling too well.
It's a shame you can't afford a different road. I wish I could help you. I had to sell my grandfather's silver watch to pay my ticket.
But you love that watch.
I didn't have a choice. Otherwise, I'd be traveling overland like you. Which way are you going? By sea, Cape Horn Road. Cape Horn? You sure you want to do that? What's wrong with the Cape Horn Road? Around the tip of South America, past the icebergs and freezing cold winds, it's a graveyard for ships. Nobody mentioned that when I bought the ticket. The waves are enormous. You'll be seasick the entire time.
I heard you have to eat the same round food every day and you have no privacy.
It's true. Those ships are crowded.
When you're sleeping, rats nibble on your toes.
Not my toes.
Just keep your shoes on, you'll be fine.
How long will the trip take? Well, it's 15,000 miles. That sounds like a lot, but we'll have the wind in our sails. If all goes according to plan, I'll be in San Francisco in only 5 to 6 months.
That is faster than the overland route.
That's why it's more expensive.
At least I'll be able to sleep under the stars and stretch my legs. You'll be in a cramped, smelly cabin.
Maybe the ship's captain will let me sleep outside on the deck. In the cold, the pressure waves, you'll get swept overboard. Maybe I'm starting to wonder, maybe the Cape Horn Road isn't the best choice after all.
Once you reach California, it'll all be worth it. I'll see when you get on. Taking the fastest.
Which route is that?
Time, of course, it takes 2 to 3 months.
That is fast.
That's because I'm taking a shortcut from Central America. I'm going to travel 5,300 miles.
You must be wealthy if you can afford that ticket. Why do you need to get to California?
I've never had enough money. Besides, having money and being filthy rich. You better hurry up and start your journeys. All the easy will be gone by then.
I wouldn't be so sure of yourself. It's true the Panama route is fastest, but it's also the most dangerous.
What are you talking about?
Well, first you take a ship to Panama. I suppose that's the easiest part.
Unless you run into a tropical storm and shipwreck.
Then once you reach Panama, you have to get off the ship.
Get off the ship. Why?
To cross the jungle. In some places, you'll be traveling by canoe. Others, you'll be walking.
I've always wanted to see the jungle. I have heard it's wonderful.
Alligators.
Lots of alligators.
Like what?
Poisonous snakes too.
Be careful where you step.
But that's not the worst part. The worst is mosquitoes.
I'm not worried about tiny bug bites.
The mosquitoes spread diseases. Have you ever heard of malaria or yellow fever? Folks are getting sick and dying.
What happens if you make it through the jungle?
You'll reach a beach on the other side. From there, you have to wait for another boat to reach you to San Francisco. The problem is there are more people than boats.
We don't like to stand in Panama.
It's been known to happen.
This is hard. I demand a refund.
The more I think about it, none of these 3 routes sound too great.
I hope it's worth it.
Despite the dangers, tens of thousands set off for California. They were part of the largest mass migration in U.S. history. But most of the 49ers were men, but some were women that joined the rush as well. And it wasn't just Americans. Immigrants from around the world raced to California to get in on the action. But when they arrived, 49ers were in for a rude awakening. Turns out finding gold wasn't so easy. And working a claim was really hard work, backbreaking work. To make matters worse, food was scarce, prices were high, and there wasn't enough beds to sleep in. Prospectors felt frustrated, desperate, and really angry. Many wondered if they made the right decision in coming after all. This wasn't the California they had been promised. And life in a mining camp was downright miserable. But that's
Another story.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next act. Give us a few minutes to set up. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself. Give them a round of applause. The journey, very good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started on the next act. Boys and girls in the crowd, I need you to sit down. 5, 4, Sarah. 3, 2, thank you. Okay, you're in the next act. Okay. For you all to sit down. All right, we're in Act 4. This one is called Life in a Mining Camp. I'm gonna put my mask back on. Okay, quiet on the set. In this act, we have Adam as Alan, Santiago G as Billy B. We have Roman as Krabby, Adrian as Duke, Nala as Henry, Maxine as Todd. Dave's is going to be helping me out with the narrator part, so she's reading narrator 1, 2, 3. I'm going to be reading 4, 5, 6. It's going to help me to make sure I keep my place because I'm going to be doing like 5 different things at a time. So, again, there's no sound on the set of the audience. Tapping, clicking, popping, dropping, none of that. Christopher, do not squeeze that water bottle. Am I clear? Do not do that either. Okay. So, California Gold Rush, Life in a Mining Camp. The setting is Albany Flats, mining camp in June of 1850 in Calaveras, California.
During the gold rush, tens of thousands of 49ers migrated west. Upon arriving in California, they were eager to get to work. They expected to find gold quickly and then return home rich.
At first, they needed to buy the necessary tools. Things like picks, hands, shovels, along with tents and food.
Many of them lost their savings and supplies. With nothing left, they really needed to find gold. They set off to the gold field.
Joining mining camp set along riverbanks, they searched for a good spot. And then seek a claim.
Marking the area with some stakes or rocks. Pans are often quite small, about 10 square feet. Miners set out their tools and then got to work hand.
Bent over in cold water, sifting through sediment, searching for traces of gold dust. It was backbreaking work.
Boring work. They ran 12 to 16 hours a day, only stopping to eat and sleep. Many kings came up empty.
But a few produced gold, enough to keep everyone else working and dreaming.
It mostly came down to luck. As time went on, prospectors grew more and more frustrated. And
This wasn't the California they had been expecting. We're here in the mining camp of Albany Flats, along the banks of a winding creek.
it's a small town, just about 8 times. Prospectors are finishing up after a long day of work. Let's see what they have to say. What's playing is starting to feel like prison. I'm exhausted.
I like tools. I've never worked so hard in my life.
What do we have for dinner?
Beans.
Again?
It's all we can afford.
I'd give anything for a carrot or an apple. My teeth are like to fall out and leave through the stove.
Maybe we get up early tomorrow and find some berries.
I don't think I could wake up any earlier. Wait, just work 16 hours. Darn, look at my boots. The soles are coming off.
Hang them up dry. Next time we're in town, we'll try to get them fixed.
You keep saying it's going to get better. But ever since we came to the tiny town, it's been one bad day after another. I don't feel good, and I'm shivering.
It'll be worth it when we're rich. You'll see.
You two want to sit by the fire? It looks like you could use the heat.
Thanks. We're new here. My name's Alan. This is my brother Todd.
Billy B, pleased to meet you.
I'm Duke. Henry.
They call me Krabby.
Nice to meet you all. We're happy to find this camp. Seems like a good spot.
What makes you say that?
There's a bend in the creek. The water is deep. Isn't that good?
That's what they say.
It's all true.
Talk about California street. You see Dolomite sliding around? Find any dust in your pants today? It's all one big lie.
Perhaps you need a little patience.
Patience. I was here before all of y'all. I've been up and down this river. I've been in the mountains too.
There's gold, all right, but not enough for all of us. Not even close.
Don't listen to him. He's always in a bad mood. Just last month, I heard about a fella 100 miles downriver. He found a nugget the size of his fist.
Last time you told me that story, the size of an acorn.
It doesn't matter. He found a lot of gold.
Why don't we all go there?
No way. We just got here. Nothing can't take it.
You'll be wasting your time anyways. That's why I've been picked clean.
It's true. Every time somebody finds something, 1,000 people rush in, then 1,000 more. That's depressing.
You don't sound very hopeful.
Me, I'm full of hope. You just have to get creative. I bought this special gold salve. I can't wait to try it. You spread it on your body, roll in the dirt, and then gold dust it.
Who told you that?
The man who sold it to me. He said it's guaranteed to work.
I bet he's long gone, isn't he?
Now that you mention it, he was in a hurry.
Of course he was.
You've been tricked, Billy Bean. There's no such thing as a gold salve. If it was that easy, we'll all be doing it. Why do you always fall for these schemes? Last month, you bought that darn gold old letter.
I can't believe it. That rascal got the last of my money.
Serves you right.
I told you this was a mistake. I don't like it here. People aren't honest.
I don't want to cheer you up. I've got exciting news. Did you know there's a woman in town
A woman? Where?
working at the boarding house? She's a cook.
I haven't seen a woman in over a year.
You haven't taken a bath in that long either.
No point starting now.
It's strange what our lives have become. Who would thought California would be like this?
But it's only temporary. We'll be rich soon, right?
Maybe.
You're being awfully quiet tonight, Henry. Everything okay?
I'm just listening to the grasshoppers. It's a beautiful night.
Why do you keep checking your pocket?
What do you mean?
What are you hiding?
Nothing?
Then why is your face turning red?
You can't see my face in the dark.
You found gold, didn't you?
None of your business.
Show it to us, Henry. Is it a nugget? How big is it?
Stay back! All of you! I mean it!
What's your problem? I just want to see it.
It's a little dust, barely a pinch. Stay back.
You can trust us, Henry. Let us see it.
I don't trust anybody. Not after what happened last time. This camp is filled with a bunch of no good, jealous thieves. I'm going to bed. Don't come near my tent.
I don't like your attitude, Henry.
This place isn't fair. I've worked here harder than he has.
We're never gonna find any gold.
At least we have each other.
I miss my wife and my kids. We should have never come here.
The sooner we find gold, the sooner you'll see them. Put those wet boots on. Let's get back to work.
Fraction of mining camp was hard, and it certainly had its downsides. But it also offered support. Our sectors of community and protection. They are still a camp, helping each other through tough times. And while some sectors did find their fortune, most did not. The real money was made by business. From food and supply to the night. Some say there were the 2 millionaires of the business. But that's all!
All right, we have 2 more acts to do. We're doing really well on time. I'm gonna go ahead and change the camera to the next one.
Adrian, take the camera.
ready, Lizzie?
Yes, I am.
So for the parents at home, we have another student that is not able to make it. Give me a second. Nope. No. 5. Christopher, give it back. 4.
You want them to see you?
No, they want you to check in the background.
2. 1. We're not quite ready, Lizzie. I'm just kind of filling you in. So for the parents at home, we have another student that was not able to make it.
They can see you. They can see you.
For understudy, trying to grab an extra staff person so they can like
Back out a little so they can see
enable
your
and whatnot. Since
Bye.
scoot back a little so they can see your shirt.
so sorry. That reaction proves my point. Okay, they say, I didn't say yes. I was considering it. All right, so just give me a couple minutes to. Okay, Lizzie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so I couldn't get a hold of a staff member, so I'm gonna have Samantha and Rhea come on up. So in the waiting room. Okay, girls, I'm gonna kind of break it real quick. This goes down. Okay, it also goes up. Turn it. All kinds of stuff. So, okay.
Mommy wants you to put your hand there.
Closer, further away. Okay.
Lizzie, mommy wants you to put your hand.
I think so.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you to the count of 5. If you're in the audience, sit down and be quiet. 4, you're gonna talk to you. 3, Adam, also talking to you. 2, Jacob, quiet. 1, you. Okay, parents and students, we are in the 5th act. It's called Supply and Demand. I'm going to introduce our actors for this one. Nicolette can't make it, so I'm going to be the understudy for Baxter. Rocio is Callahan. Sarah is Murphy. Xiomara is going to be Nibbles. And Lizzie is going to read all our narrator parts. You ready to go, sweetie? All right, give me 1 second, Lizzie. All right, California Gold Rush, Supply and Demand. The setting is Columbia, California in the summer of 1851 in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Lizzie, whenever you're ready.
During the California gold rush, tens of thousands of 49ers migrated west, then dreamed of striking it rich and assumed it would be easy. At the time, newspapers were reporting vast deposits of gold. So much you can scoop it up with your hands. Prospectors believed they'd work for a couple of months and then return wealthy beyond belief. But they were wrong. But they were in for a surprise, a big surprise, because the reality of California was far different. The newspaper reports were exaggerated, and some stories were downright untrue. Gold was actually hard to find, and painting and backbreaking, mind-numbing work. Painful and boring, the majority of claims produced very little gold. Some produced none at all. Living in California wasn't easy either. The land was wild and undeveloped. There were few cities, towns, or farms. You are on your own to take care of yourself. Prospectors needed to travel great distances to visit a store. Goods like clothing, food, tools are in short supply. Services like medical care and mail delivery were difficult to find, and yet prospectors kept coming, more and more each day, thousands upon thousands. Then supplies are low and demand is high. Prices go up, and prices were shockingly high in California. A single egg might sell for $3. A slice of pie could go for 30. Imagine working hard all day and not finding anything, and then not being able to afford the basics you need to survive. Some people realized they could make more money selling to prospectors than they could mining for gold. They decided to start their own businesses. These business owners are called entrepreneurs, and some became fabulously wealthy. We are on the outstrike of Columbia, California, in the foothills of Sierra Nevada mountains. It's the summer of 1851. The gold rush is in full swing. Two prospectors, Callahan and Nibbles, are on their way to a mining supply store. They're in a hurry. They've heard about this. They heard about an invention they hope will make mining easier, the wheelbarrow. Let's eavesdrop on their conversation.
Okay, we're almost there. I'm going as fast as I can. My feet are killing me. We can rest when we get to Murphy. I don't understand why I'm in such a rush today. We need to get the stores open all day. We need to get there before everybody else. You really think these new wheelbarrows are worth it? Just you wait and see. We'll be able to work our claims faster and you won't have to strain your back. Does it help with feet? Quit whining about your blisters. Hurry up. I can see the town ahead. That's strange. Is it me or does the town look different? I was thinking the same thing. Where did all these people come from? Look, these new businesses. Is that the laundry next to the saloon? And there's a doctor's office? Over there, it looks like they're building a bank. And that must be a new boarding house. Wow, things sure are changing. I remember when this place wasn't more than a couple of tents and a wooden shed. This must be what they meant by Boomtown. How long has it been since we were here last? Couple months, I guess. Here we are, Murphy Supply Store. Looks bigger than I remember. Darn, we're not the first people here. There's another customer. Hurry up, let's get in line. You sure are pushy this morning.
The two enter the store and wait their turn. In front, another prospector pleads for understanding.
Come on, Miss Murphy, cut me some slack. All I need is a pen and a shovel.
All I need is for you to pay for it.
How am I supposed to pay if I ain't got no money? I told you, the flash floods washed away everything in the mining camp. I lost everything. I don't even have no tent no more.
I'm sorry to hear that, Baxter. I really am. But you're not the only one in this difficult situation. I can't give my store for free.
Please, Miss Murphy, you know I'm trustworthy. I'll pay you back, I promise.
I'll tell you what, I'll grub stick you.
Say what?
I'll grub stick you. A grub stick is like a loan. Here's the deal. I'll give you the tools. In return, you promise to pay me back 20% of any gold you find.
Any gold I find. Forever? What if I hit the jackpot? I still got to pay you back the 20%, even though I already paid you back what it was worth? That don't seem fair.
It's more than fair because I'm the one taking the risk. Think of it this way.
If you don't find anything, then I gave you those tools for free. And I lose money. But if you find gold, then we both win. What do you say?
I need to think it over.
Think it over all you want, but step aside so I can get to these other customers.
Morning, Miss Murphy.
Howdy, Mom.
What's wrong with your shoes?
My boots are too tight. I think they shrank in the river.
Poor thing. Unfortunately, good boots are hard to come by these days. I haven't had a new shipment in months.
He'll be fine. He's always complaining about something. We hear you're selling wheelbarrows for $20. We'd each like to buy one.
You've come to the right place. These new stuffed bacon wheelbarrows are truly one of a kind. Very sturdy, built to last.
Great. Here's my $20.
I'm sorry the price was $20, but now it's $40.
40? Why? That's a lot of money, Miss Murphy.
I understand, but this morning I had 10 wheelbarrows. In the last hour, I sold 9. That means I only have 1 left.
I told you to walk faster. Why did the price change?
Supply and demand.
What's that? Yeah, if the price was 20 before, should it be 20 now?
Prices change all the time. Sometimes things get cheaper and sometimes things get more expensive.
I like cheaper.
When a lot of people want something, the price usually goes up.
Why?
This morning I had 10 wheelbarrows. I had a large supply. Since I had so many to sell, $20 seemed like a reasonable price.
That's why we came.
But those wheelbarrows were very popular and sold fast. I'm down to only 1. Now I have a low supply.
Very low. You only have 1 left.
And I won't be getting new wheelbarrows anytime soon.
Because,
That makes this last one very special.
because lots of people want it?
Exactly.
I know it's special. That's why I'm trying to buy one. Here, take my $20.
Not so fast. When a lot of people want something, that means it's a high demand. Do you understand?
I think so. You're saying you have a low supply and a high demand for wheelbarrows?
Bingo! When someone wants something rare and a lot of people want it, it becomes very, very valuable and the price goes up.
Oh, that's why that's why you raised the price to 40.
Supply and demand.
I don't like it. Seems like you're taking advantage of people.
No one's forcing you to buy in the store, Kellyanne. You're welcome to take your money wherever you like.
But where else am I supposed to go? You're the only one selling them.
Miss Murphy, I got a question. What happens if I got too many wheelbarrows?
Good question. That would be really bad for my business. Imagine I had 10,000 wheelbarrows and a really big supply. That would be too many. There are not enough miners in this town to buy them. To get rid of them, I have to keep on lowering the price until they were basically free. I would end up losing a lot of money.
Running a business requires a lot of thinking. Too much thinking, if you ask me. I prefer getting rich the old-fashioned way. Finding gold.
I understand. Not everyone is cut out to be an entrepreneur.
What did you call me?
Calm down, Kellyanne. An entrepreneur is a person who starts a business. I am the entrepreneur who started the supply store. The lady running the laundry across the street is also an entrepreneur. So is the fellow who owns the boarding house. We are all business owners.
Why would you own a business when you could be panning for gold?
I'll tell you on a little secret. Most prospectors are never strike rich. There are just not enough gold in this town to go around. But if you create a business that sells to miners, you're almost guaranteed to get wealthy.
What do you mean? How?
Simple. All you have to do is sell something miners want, and they'll pay for it. Entrepreneurs don't have to search for gold because people like you bring us money.
I don't care what you say. I'm for working a claim. Here's my $40. Thank you for the wheelbarrow.
You're welcome, Kellyanne. Wish you the best of luck.
You coming, Nibbles? Go ahead without me. I'm gonna rest my feet somewhere. I'll see you back at the camp. You and those darn feet.
Miss Murphy. Miss Murphy, what if I wanted to start a business? What would I need to do?
You would need to offer something that people want, something rare and valuable.
Something with the low supplies and a high demand?
Precisely. It can be a good or a service.
What's the difference?
A good is an object you sell. For example, I sell mining supply. Other people sell clothes or food. A service is something you do for another person. A barber gives haircuts, and a doctor takes care of the sick. Those are services.
That makes sense.
Well, I know how to wash and dry clothes, but there's already laundry service here in town.
What about growing vegetables? There aren't a lot of farms in California.
That would take too long. Besides, I can't afford the land. I need something to start now.
How's your cooking?
Terrible. Unless you like burnt beans, there has to be something I can do though.
How did you make a living before you came to California?
I was a cobbler. I mended shoes.
You know how to make boots? Why didn't you say so? I would have paid top dollar for a new pair.
Really?
You have no idea in how much pain I'm in. If you could solve that problem, I would happily pay you. Tell you what, I'll give you 45 now. Can you make me a pair of boots next Sunday?
Sure thing. Let's measure your feet.
What a great business idea. Every miner needs boots, and there's nowhere else to go in town. I'll buy a pair too.
Thank you, Miss Murphy. I guess I won't be needing your drumstick after all. I'm going to visit some mining camps and see if I can fill some more orders.
That's the spirit, Baxter. Now you're thinking like an entrepreneur.
The most successful gold rush entrepreneurs sold goods and services that people desperately needed. Sam Braham became a millionaire selling mining supplies because prospector needed picks, pans, and shovels. Mary Balloon ran a successful boarding house because prospectors needed a safe place to sleep and eat. Levi Sustus became wealthy selling canvas tents and clothing because prospectors needed strong, reliable fabric that would not fall apart when it got wet. John Studebaker built high-quality wheelbarrows and covered wagons. People were willing to pay high prices for them because they made their lives easier. Henry Wells and James Fargo made their fortunes profiting banking, stagecoach, and mail delivery services. These entrepreneurs used their minds and bodies to build successful businesses. One special group of 49ers found success as entrepreneurs are women. All the time of the California Gold Rush, women 49ers were rare. How rare? About 10% of 49ers were women. That's 1 in 10. The rest were men. Many places in California had no women 49ers at all. Women who didn't want to mine for gold quickly discovered they had other options. They could run a boarding house, cook, or do laundry. These skills are in high demand, and prospectors are willing to pay top dollar. Other women found success as entertainers. They traveled from mining camp to mining camp or performed for packed audiences in San Francisco. At a time in America when women had fewer rights than men, California offered women an opportunity to be entrepreneurs, to own property, to make money, and to challenge society's beliefs about women. These female pioneers paved the way for change. The dad was a story.
Sorry. All right, we got one more act to go, and then we're gonna wrap up this bad boy. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on mute so that we can get. The table setting. Lizzie, very good. I'm gonna go ahead and remove your spotlight. Yes, Giovanna, could you raise your hand so I know where you are to add spotlight? Perfect. There she is. Right. I'm not gonna unmute you yet, but I will.
I have to do my script.
Probably don't want to know what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, this is cute. Look at that. Well done. You guys want the fireplace or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's right here in the front. Someone's script is down here, Lucinda.
Oh, that's Stella's.
Parents, I do want to let you know, I will also take pictures of each group in their act before we go. So, very precious.
Wait, the fireplace is gonna be over there. Yeah.
Stand right by the mic. We ready?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. All right, quiet on set. Time. I get it. Yamada, Roman, Emma. If I see any trouble out of the three of you, you understand? Okay. Someone in the meeting room. All right, Giovanna, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you.
Hi.
Hi, are you ready, sweetie?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce this act. All right, parents, we're in the last act of the play, Act 6. This one is called Pioneering Living. Drea is playing Alba. Giovanna is playing Catherine. Stella is playing Lucinda. We have Viviana as Martha. Samantha is playing Polly. And Alyssa here is going to be doing the narrating parts along with. Actually, no, you're doing all of them. She's doing narrator 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to be doing the rest of the question. Okay. Megan, I'll listen to the narrator 1, 2, 3, and I will be the other narrator parts. Okay. So, Jacob, I'm not gonna have a problem. Am I? Jacob, we're gonna have a problem. All right, California Gold Rush Act 6 pioneering women. The setting is San Francisco, California in the fall of 1852.
After the discovery of gold, tens of thousands of 49ers rushed to California with dreams of striking it rich. About 1 in 10 were women, the rest were men.
That's weird. Why were there so few women? Well, at the time of the gold rush, American society treated women and men very differently. Women and men were expected to behave in certain ways. Women were typically expected to take care of the home and raise children.
Men were typically expected to earn a living and provide for their families, and women were encouraged to stay close to their families.
Ni se oye. ¿Verdad? Ni se oye lo que está diciendo. ¿Ya empezaron?
Gold Rush California offered something different. Chance to start over. To challenge
Stereotypes. To be the person you want to be. A different path is never easy.
and women in California face difficult challenges. But they also have unique opportunities. They could take on jobs normally only available to men, like prospecting for gold.
For starting a business, they could earn money and own property.
And marry the person of their choice. It wasn't easy, and many women struggled. But these pioneers had a lasting impact on the gold rush and changed California forever.
One of the bustling cities of San Francisco. It's fall of 1852. A group of women gathered for tea inside a wealthy home.
It's raining outside and it's cold. There's a knock on the door.
You're right there. Hurry, wait, it's pouring rain. Coming before the Here, let me take your coat. I'll hang up by the fire.
Thank you. You must be Martha.
And you must be Lucinda.
I appreciate you responding to my letter. I can't thank you enough.
My pleasure, dear. It's not every day I get to meet and accomplish right up in Baptist. Besides, women are rare in California. We need to stick together. Follow me. The others are waiting. Ladies, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Lucinda Bevan.
Hello.
He's a writer. She looks like you want to meet in a mud puddle.
Be nice, Cat.
I'm just kidding. You have a sense of humor, don't you? My name is Catherine Reynolds. Folks call me Cat.
Wait, sorry. Good evening. I'm Alba Estrada.
I'm Pauline.
Nice to meet you all.
Have a seat. I'll pour you a hot cup of tea.
You're new to San Francisco?
New to California. I arrived yesterday. I couldn't believe how many ships were unloading in the harbor.
More and more come every day.
You don't sound too happy about it.
The gold rush has been good for some, but not so good for others.
How long have you been writing for the newspaper?
A little over a year, although I write publications in my own name. I prefer to use a pen name.
Well, you have no trouble here. Women do all kinds of work.
I'm preparing a series of articles about life in California. I want to tell the stories affected by the gold rush. No one has written about a woman yet.
Well, then it's about time.
Goodness knows this place couldn't survive without us.
That's why I'm here to tell the whole story. Will you help me?
Miss Bevins, it's a mistake to think you can tell the story of all women. We are all not the same. We have different experiences and different opinions.
And I want to hear them all. Do you mind if I take notes?
As long as your newspaper doesn't make you sound like an idiot, you could do whatever you want.
If you don't want to sound like an idiot, don't say anything idiotic.
Cat, please.
I'm just kidding. Have a sense of humor. What do you want to know, Lucinda?
Besides, why did you come to California? I came because of my husband. He had a grand plan to strike the rich. He practically dragged me into the ship. I didn't want to leave my family and friends. While we were crossing Panama, he got sick and never recovered. I spent the last of our savings on medicine.
I'm so sorry.
When he died, I didn't have money to get home. All I had was my ticket to San Francisco, so I boarded the next ship. When I got there, I started washing clothes to survive. The first few months were really hard.
How did you end up with this beautiful home?
I started earning money. The prospectors needed someone to wash and laundry clothes. I had so such business I couldn't handle it all. So I hired others to work for me. Eventually I saved enough to open a boarding house. Then it's building a large hotel.
It'll be the biggest in San Francisco.
Sounds like you've done very well.
I've been blessed. I never imagined that I'll become an entrepreneur. It's happened so quickly.
Do you miss home?
San Francisco is my home now. I miss my sister, but I've remarried. I made wonderful new friends. I'm able to do a lot of good here. Women have more choices. We're able to earn money. Married women can earn property. It wasn't like that where I came from. If I had my ways, one day women will be able to vote.
Wouldn't that be something? Equal rights for all.
What about you, Kat? Convince me. What about you, Kat? Did your husband have a hard time convincing you to come to California?
Convince me? Heck no. I dragged him here.
He didn't want to come?
Not at all. He was fine working on our farm in Pennsylvania. Not me. I couldn't stand the smell of pig manure. I wanted more in my life. Lots more. Gold was our best chance.
So you're a prospector?
Of course, my husband and I work a claim on the American River. I'm only in San Francisco for a couple of days. I'm picking up some supplies and then heading back.
Are there women in your camp?
I wish. I'm the only one. Sometimes I go weeks, even months without seeing another woman. That part isn't so fun.
Sounds lonely. Have you had any success?
The first week we found 2 nuggets. Each was about the size of a corn kernel. I thought we'd be rich for sure. Since then, we found nothing. It's frustrating, but I'm not giving up. Not yet. There's gold out there. I just need to find it. I keep trying to convince Catherine to give up this planning nonsense and become an entrepreneur. That's where the real money is. I like getting my hands dirty. Besides, once you touch gold, you never forget it.
What about you, Polly? Are you a prospector?
Ha! Never. I'm a performer.
Can't you tell? That's why she's so dramatic.
They don't call me the Incredible Polly for nothing. It's in my blood. I was born into a family of entertainers. I perform on stages around the world. London, Paris, Rome, New York.
So you're an actress?
A singer, a dancer. Perhaps you've seen my posters around town. Folks need entertainment. You can't work all the time.
Do you get large audiences?
Prospectors come from miles around.
Is that why you came to California? To get rich performing?
I came for adventure. Don't get me wrong. I like being able to take care of myself, but I don't need to be rich. San Francisco is where exciting things happen. You can feel it in the air. I get bored if I stay in one place for too long.
Are you married?
Goodness, no. And I don't ever plan to get married. California is a good place to be a single woman. You're very rare and you're treated well.
I don't see how you can even stand it. Everywhere I went today, there were men trying to talk to me. I didn't have a moment to myself. One fell for like a lost puppy.
Kick them in the shin. That's what I would do.
Some people like the attention, some don't. I've learned to speak strongly when I need to. If that doesn't work, you could always dress in disguise.
In disguise? Women do that?
Sometimes, when they don't want to be bothered.
Abba, what about you? How did you come to California? I was born here. What do you mean? You're not a 49er? You forget much of California was Mexican land until just a few years ago. Before that, the land was owned by Spain. I come from a line of Spanish-speaking Californians who settled this land. Before any American could ever set up foot here, my family owned a large ranch with cattle, horses, sheep, and many crops. What happened? The Americans took control and promised to keep our ranch. But then the gold rush happened. Prospectors overran our land. Stop them. They stole our cattle and horses.
They ate all of our crops. The American government hasn't protected us. We've lost everything. I had no idea. That's because most Americans don't want the truth. All they want to hear is just about gold. It's not even safe to go on my own property. Why not? Many 49ers believe I don't belong here. They call me a foreigner, but California is my home. In fact, it's more my home than theirs. Where's the rest of your family? 3 months ago, my husband headed into the mountains with his brother and some workers to start a mining company. I haven't heard from him since. I fear the worst. There are rumors of violence against California. They are more than rumors.
It's true. I hear men talking in the camps.
The Americans are driving us off our land and taking our rights. Not all Americans, Abba. You'll always be welcome in my home. Thank you, but if I don't hear from my husband soon, I will travel to Mexico City. I have distant family there. I had no idea it's going to be so different. I'm not sure how I'm gonna write this article. Start by recognizing there isn't just one story that describes all women.
Just like there isn't one story that describes all men.
Each of us is unique and has their own experiences.
Maybe the best thing to do is report as many stories as possible, even the ones that are hard to tell.
Take 60 years before California's women earned the right to vote, and 100 years before California reached equal balance of women and men. Women weren't the only group that faced hardships, though.
When California became the property of the United States, found their lives turned upside down. They lost property, wealth, and power. California's native people, the American Indians, were forcibly driven from their lands. Anyone perceived as a foreigner was treated with suspicion, including prospective immigrants from other countries.
They brought a language and culture that many American 49ers did not understand. Immigrants faced mistreatment and discrimination. Some even experienced violence.
It's an ugly part of California's soldier system, a part that needs to be seen.
But that's another story.
All right, so this concludes our gold rush. I am gonna go ahead, spotlight. All right, so we are ending at 11:55. I think everyone did very well. Maybe, okay. Parents, thank you so much for helping out, getting your child a costume, bringing your child here. I think they enjoyed it all.
Mamá, acabaram com tudo.
Ya está grabando.
I'm gonna go ahead and do some pictures and they should be ready for pickup in the next 5 minutes. And remember, pickup ends at 12:30. So
You guys are
thank
mean.
you. I'm gonna
You
go
guys
ahead
are
and stop the
bragging.
recording and I'll
I'm
see
gonna
you
get
all
everybody
very
half a
soon.
donut. Can you make